Look for low-flying planes in the sky over the major metros of the Red River Valley tonight. Our recent weather has been prime for mosquito breeding, and now several major cities are fighting back. Cass County Vector Control sprayed rural cities and subdivisions last night, and they're planning on aerial spraying of Fargo, West Fargo, and Moorhead tonight, starting at 8:15.
The cities of Grand Forks and East Grand Forks are also planning community-wide spraying beginning at 8 p.m. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard is in Halstead, Minnesota, where vector control crews are preparing to take off. Callie?
Yes, hi, Andrea. I'm here at Airborne Custom Spraying here in Halstead, Minnesota, where in just a couple hours or so, they're going to be launching planes just like the one behind me. They're actually going to be launching 2 of these planes in just a little bit. They're actually going to be spraying pesticides out of this little sprayer right here. Now, I was able to speak with Cass County Vector Control today, and they told me that with all this rain, Cass County has hit their threshold of 52. They normally like to see the numbers in the single digits to the teens. But with that being said, they said that the time is now to get the planes in the air during peak mosquito time, to get rid of them before the holidays. Now, I also spoke with Todd Hansen, the manager of Grand Forks Mosquito Control, and they said that they're still on for spraying tonight. They're not going to be using planes like the one behind me, but they are going to be using trucks. They said that they haven't gotten as much rain as the rain that we've gotten in Cass County, but they're spraying for the holiday season as it quickly approaches. And for West Nile virus, there was actually a case of it that was detected in South Dakota, but it hasn't spread to North Dakota as of yet. Reporting live in Halstead, Minnesota, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
All right, thank you, Callie. You can help cut your risk of getting bitten by using insect repellent that contains DEET, limiting your outdoor activities between dusk and dawn when mosquitoes are most active, and eliminating standing water around homes. When you are outside, health officials say wear long pants and long sleeve shirts to help protect yourself.
Hutch has had his eye to the sky and on his radar equipment all afternoon, worried about any potential trouble. Let's go to Hutch right now for more details on no-wait weather. Anything out there?
Well, I'll tell you what, we do have a few thunderstorms that are kind of working their way just to the north of the FM area, including northwestern parts of Cass County right now. These are non-severe storms, some lightning and at times some small hail potential. Generally a nickel or less in diameter. We have some storms. Let's start with the Cass County ones near Page. A little bit of lightning with those, and this storm just really taking off over the last 15 to 20 minutes or so. So we'll continue to monitor. Here is a look on the east side of the Red River. Ada, a cell working its way in your general direction, and the Mahnomen area seeing showers clear into northern parts of Becker County shortly. The main event, the best chance for strong storms remains off to the west of us for now. That is where we have a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight. That includes Jamestown, Lemoore, the Ellendale areas off to the west. And then after the 10 o'clock hour, those storms are expected to work their way into the Red River Valley. So our risk for strong storms will be mainly late in the overnight with just isolated activity here. So it remains hot, it remains muggy through the evening with spotty storms. I'll have details in hour by hour style on what you can expect with the overnight forecast here in a moment.
All right, thanks.
A 34-year-old man is in jail after a search warrant led to a drug bust in Moorhead. Officials say 34-year-old Dennis Orlando Akins was arrested today after police served a narcotics search warrant at 1220 14th Street North. Police seized 12 grams of powder heroin with an estimated street value of $2,400. 6 children were also found inside the home. Akins is currently being held in the Clay County Jail on controlled substance and child endangerment charges. The children were left in the care of their mother, who was present at the time of the warrant.
A 36-year-old man has been arrested in connection with a hit and run last week that left 27-year-old Michael Tibbetts dead. Aaron Lee Pelham of Waubun has been identified as the driver in this incident. He was arrested late yesterday and is being held in the Becker County Jail. The accident happened on June 21st, about 1.5 miles north of County Highway 34 in Maple Grove Township. Investigators originally said that Tibbetts was riding on an all-terrain vehicle when the accident happened and that Pelham fled the scene of the crash.
Moorhead police confirm that 2 people have been arrested and are now facing assault charges. Officials say 55-year-old Juan Feliciano Jr. and 39-year-old Conrad Smith were arrested after a reported assault around 3 a.m. Sunday. Moorhead police responded to reports of an assault in the 900 block of 18th Street South. That's where officers found an unresponsive man on the ground with severe head injuries. Police were able to obtain a search warrant for a nearby apartment and found both men inside. They each face 1 count of felony first-degree aggravated assault. The identity of the victim cannot be confirmed at this time.
A corrections officer at the North Dakota State Penitentiary in Bismarck was assaulted this morning. Authorities there were not able to tell us how the incident happened or whether the officer was taken to a hospital, but they are saying that the incident is still under investigation.
1 person was arrested this afternoon after witnesses say he was involved in a fight in Grand Forks. It happened just after 4 when a witness says a man broke through another man's windshield and started strangling him.
I saw a man with a chunk of wood hit and break a window in a car, and then he jumped into the car and started choking the man behind the driver's seat. And he just kept choking him. They were running around screaming, and everybody, all the people involved.
There's no word yet on the condition of the man injured during that fight.
A warrant has been issued for the arrest of a Grand Forks psychotherapist. Authorities accuse 59-year-old David Harris Bialik of sexually exploiting a patient. Records say that he's a licensed clinical social worker employed by the Center of Psychiatric Care in Grand Forks. The documents allege the victim began therapy with Bialik back in January and in April engaged in consensual sexual contact with the man. Bialik allegedly told the victim he would enter her as a no-show for the scheduled therapy appointments to conceal their affair. Police say the victim is an adult. The investigation is ongoing.
We've been noticing on social media more Grand Forks neighbors seem to be posting about items stolen from their yards. We asked Grand Forks police if these quality of life crimes are going up lately. Police tell us they haven't checked the numbers lately, but they tend to see an uptick this time of year.
In theft from vehicle, kids stealing change, maybe iPads, phones, purses, those type of things when they're left in motor vehicles. We also see maybe some vandalism complaints, and pretty common, I guess, when summer hits. It's nice to be out.
Lieutenant Benson says quality of life crimes tend to be random. In contrast, more serious crimes in his area seem to stay consistent throughout the year, as they tend to be more targeted.
Extra enforcement led to 12 arrests for driving under the influence in Fargo. 4 additional officers worked the streets from April through June, resulting in 106 stops. In addition to the DUIs, there were 3 refusal for chemical testing. The overtime was paid for by a Department of Transportation grant. There were numerous other tickets regarding traffic that were handed out.
In honor and remembrance of flight nurse Deborah Schott, Governor Tim Walz has ordered all U.S. and Minnesota flags to be flown at half-staff at all state and federal buildings in Minnesota from sunrise until sunset tomorrow. Schott died while on duty in a helicopter crash in Brainerd. She spent the last 15 years as a critical care nurse for North Memorial Healthcare and leaves behind a husband, 2 children, 2 grandchildren, and many other friends and family.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, why this is a good time to remind your kids and yourself of water safety.
Isolated thunderstorms here in the valley, but stronger ones out to the west are heading in our general direction. There is a risk for severe storms as we go through the night hours. I'll have details in your forecast next.